The struggle within. A woman once had so many men in her life, all during the time that she knew Jesus Christ. Knew Jesus Christ was the Son of God, who she had accepted into her heart. Accepted into her heart many years ago. And her relationship with the Master did continue to grow. And even though it grew and it grew, this was the one thing which this lady knew. She knew that God loved her so, even in the midst of her own life though. For she knew she had known many a man, but her own stupidity she did not understand. For she said she was just being kind, and things would change over time. Things would change in the way that they behaved, and yet they all knew that she was saved. They all knew that she was saved and that she loved God, but also that she had an emotional heart. An emotional heart who loved to help, and this she believed everyone felt. Her kindness and the love she tried to show, but it never failed. The relationships would change though. And eventually this lady would be in a place of anger, humiliation, and of disgrace. All of these things she would possess, and yet she continuously failed this test. Failed this test where her heart would win, and eventually her flesh would give in. Give in, and she would find herself in a place of praying and seeking the Master's grace. For she knew she ended up in situations again where she gave into her flesh and into man. For this lady knew this to be a weakness she possessed, so she began to flee situations to win the test. To win the test and stay true to God, who she loved deeply within her heart. And when she would try to run, you see, her opponent was determined that this could not be. This could not be because the opponent said no, as the lady continued to struggle though. Continued to struggle because she was not free, and even doing this physically would not be. And many times the opponent loved the chase, but refused to allow separation to take place. And the lady began to think about her life and how this could be, for she genuinely loved Christ and believed in him so, but tormented by her own life also. And the lady began to think of choices she had made while being saved, choices she made or places she was in, all because of the power of sin. The power of sin to overtake someone, as the enemy used each and every one. Each and every one the enemy could use, even down to the opponent who refused. Adamantly refused to allow freedom to be, though they saw the love of God in this lady. And the lady struggled for years and years as she shed so many tears. Yet the lady did not want to end up in hell as her sinful life with men seemed to prevail. And this concerned the woman each and every day as she struggled trying to get away. But then she wondered what was wrong. Was there something about herself she had not known? Was there something that she did not know? For this was a stronghold she felt was so. She wondered if her problem was not with men, nor even the fact that there was sin. But where did the problem truly begin? And was it being held deep within? For this lady was not content in her state, but it also seemed like it was fate. No matter how much prayer, nothing did change. So the question was, did she want to remain? Remain in the place where she did live, even though she loved God. Could she forgive? Could she forgive herself for who she had become and admit to the sin and also to the fun? Admit that she enjoyed the attention of man. Regardless, there was one thing she failed to understand, that her love must be to God and not to man, and that all power lies in his hands. And as the lady began to really seek God, she began to massage her hurting heart. Her hurting heart where pain did exist. God came totally to her in the midst. For she began to fast and to pray, to drive this mighty this stronghold away. Drive it away so that she could be all that the Father had planned. With prayer and fasting, a change did come for the life this lady had once known. For she had been totally set free, working mightily to please the Almighty. The struggle within.